I agree. I feel so sad for my mom who has to do everything because my father is feminine. Yeah. Yeah, but you also have to get the reason why a woman attracts a feminine man is because women are now masculine. This feminism has been really hurting us as a women. It's not helping at all. This equality and feminism is just an idea that sounds wonderful, but in reality, it doesn't work. And if we're looking at the Scandinavian countries, at this point right now, women and men don't even have a housing where they live together. Every housing built in such a way for a single person. So there is a huge problem over there. We're heading there, Canada, United States. I'm happy to see that I'm not the only one who agrees with traditional man-wife roles. Yep. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Asian culture, though? Men seem feminine there, and women work but good family. Well, I've lived and studied in China. Women work very hard. I see kids running around, crawling on the floor outside, falling. Women don't pick them up. They're eating dirt. Women are not even looking because she's on the phone, she's working. And so if you're saying that family works there, it's a big lie. Lack of compassion, lack of empathy, lack of love. Women are just not just workaholics there. They're just like stones. I was surprised. So, no, my friends, if you think that Asian culture works, no, I don't believe so. Heartless women. And in-laws and grandparents really spoiling sometimes kids to the fact that parents are fully ignoring them and grandparents sometimes fully spoiling them, but at the same time, all the time raising voice at them. So no, I would not consider Asian culture really a good example. No. How to find a good man if I am autistic? If I would be you, I would be just doing the either meditation, affirmation, or a prayer, because my girlfriend, who I shared last time, she'd been separated for years and her husband sent her the divorce papers just few months ago. She said, Alisa, I am a God believer. All I want to do is work for church. And she'd been just translating here and there in church. A few weeks ago, her pastor is telling her, I need for you to work as a secretary full-time. Now she's a happy woman because she's from home, going to be answering the questions, and she's going to be with her 2 kids and doing the job that she loves, serving God. And so when you believe in higher power, universe, or God, however makes you feel comfortable, anything becomes possible. Anything. And so rather than thinking, okay, going online, going through friends, just trust higher power. Trust him, and he will send you the man right way. That's how I always look at life. We as a human beings trying to logically analyze everything. But in analysis, there's no solution, unfortunately. So that's what I would do. Just surrender and just doing the prayer or meditation. How to get to value you as a woman. My friends, whenever we have a complaint, for example, you think he doesn't value you as a woman, I promise you 100% is because you don't value him as a man. So if, for example, you don't like the way he treats you, it's because you don't treat him well. If you feel like he is not appraising you, it's because you are not appraising him. So start valuing your man, and I promise you, he's gonna start valuing you back. But how you can start valuing him is for you to start respecting and loving yourself. And it's sometimes an illusion that women are confident, secure, and they love themselves. It's a facade. But to truly love yourself and to truly value yourself, you need to start doing a daily affirmations or meditation, connecting to the source, because our life is so busy. We're running, work, friends, cleaning, home, sleeping, cooking, eating, and we're running like 250 miles per hour and we're not slowing down. And if you don't slow down and work on your soul, It's an illusion that you're happy. It's an illusion that you love yourself. It's an illusion that you respect yourself and value yourself. And if you don't value yourself, how can you ask him to value you? So start working on yourself. As you're going to start loving and respecting and valuing yourself, you're going to do the same with him. And once you're going to feel that you value him, he will give you back the same thing. Really good question. What to do if my girlfriend never valued my opinion or respect me at all? I'll explain where the root problem of this. When we go to school together as kids, especially first, second, third grade, the first, second, third grade, girls are more advanced and more smarter than boys. And boys feel, my son been in school whole year, even though again I wanted to do homeschool, but he decided to go to school because of his best friend. And he was coming home every day complaining, Mom, teachers hate me. They hate all boys. I said, why? Because girls are so much smarter. They know the answers right away. Because girls get mature 2-3 years faster at the age 5, 6, 7. And so girls at this young age already look at boys. They're like, stupid, he doesn't know anything. And once girls start to grow up, they still have this mentality that boys are kind of dumb, the boys are kind of stupid. That's why boys and girls not supposed to go to school together. And so girls become programming really fast in a young age that boys are kind of silly and dumb. And so that's why when a woman starts to date a man, ideally he should be 8-10 years older than her. He has to be more mature, more intelligent, so she can respect him and see that, oh yeah, he's more mature, he's more intelligent, he knows better. Otherwise, a lot of women feel like he's kind of dumb, he's kind of not knowing, he's not intelligent. And women always think that they're better than men. And men usually think that they're a little bit worse. They feel like their body is awesome, but when they compare themselves to women, they feel like, oh, compared to her, I'm kind of not as good as she is. But it's not true. Women need to come down because they think I'm the sexiest, I'm the prettiest, I make more money. Women need to come down in the reality. And men has to start respecting themselves. They're like, no, I'm actually a provider, I'm protector. Yeah, I'm not a Tom Cruise, but started to respect themselves. And so if your woman, your girlfriend doesn't respect you at all, on your place, I would start really thinking about, do you really want to marry a woman who doesn't respect you? Because if she doesn't respect you now, in the marriage, it's not going to change either. Because you get the creme brulee in the beginning, first 3-4 months. Because in the marriage, everything going to become more and more challenging. And if you right now feel like she doesn't respect you, I would start dating other people around, because that's not a good sign. But I told you the roots, where it's coming from. So it's better if you date someone who is 8-10 years younger than you. Then a woman would look at you, wow, you're so smart, you're so intelligent, you're so wise, and you're gonna feel so good. Yeah, that's my advice to you. Why a man whose parents were divorced doesn't want to get married, and what you can do. It also depends what age he was when his parents divorced. But for example, I personally come from a family where my parents were divorced when I was 5. And I had to do therapy in order to fully subconsciously forgive my parents for divorce. And I know for a fact, if I wouldn't gone through therapy, it would have been very hard for me to get married, because that trauma to a child leaves a nasty kind of pain in the heart, in the subconscious mind. And so if your boyfriend would not go through therapy, it will be hard for him, because he subconsciously remembers this trauma. Maybe they were fighting, maybe they were arguing, and to him now marriage associates with drama, pain, fighting, argument, money conversation, divorce conversation, and all of this is triggering him. And so unless he goes through therapy, it's going to be very challenging, no matter how wonderful you are. So Good luck to you, but there's 50-50. If he goes through therapy, yes, there will be a possibility. Or he has to be so crazy in love with you because you're so feminine, so gentle, so humble, that he can overcome his fear and see that, yeah, I can see that it would work, because you are not reminding him at all of his mom or his dad, or none of the triggers goes on. So good luck. But he also act like a husband at the same time. I understand, but being just a girlfriend, and if he tells you that he not gonna get married, most likely he not gonna get married. And if to you it's a deal breaker, you gotta move on. Yeah, because for me, I would not be in a relationship if a man tells me I'm not gonna get married. Then there's no he will never gonna take full responsibility. I would be willing to provide and protect. But again, I don't know your cultural background. I'm not sure how important that's to you. But if he's telling you he's not gonna get married, move on. Yeah, it's okay. Next, you're not engaged. You didn't promise him anything. My husband was raised by a masculine woman because her husband lacked love. When a boyfriend or husband is raised by a masculine woman, obviously he would be lacking a lot of love, and he would want to get some of this love from you. And my friends, if your husband or if your boyfriend or girlfriend or wife did not get enough love, and this is, I would say, 99% of the people on Mother Earth, how you can get love now is by connecting to the source above. And when you do every day or every other day, preferably every day, a morning meditation or morning affirmation, you fill yourself up. And guess what? The beauty of it, not only you filling yourself up, you give that to your husband, you give that to your children, and everybody feels happy. That works like a magic. And that's why when sometimes I ask my husband, honey, do you want me to go back to work? And this is, my friends, I've been working only 8 hours a week for the past 8 years. And even 8 hours a week, he says, no, thank you. Because a man feels like this love that I get from meditation or a prayer in the morning, I give to my clients. And this is priceless. This love belongs only to a family, a little bit to a girlfriend, a little bit to in-laws, a little bit to your parents, but 90% of it belongs to you and your family. But when we as a women go to work, we give it right and left for 20, $50 salary that we're getting. And we gotta keep it to ourselves. That's why a woman doesn't belong in the workplace, because as soon as she shows up in the workplace, whether she wants to or not, she gives it away, because that's her nature, to take care of other people. But this love, we gotta be greedy. We gotta keep it to ourselves and our husband and our wife. Yesterday I was with my girlfriend at the pool. As soon as I see my husband is pulling up to our driveway, I said, honey, I love you, but I gotta go feed my husband. I gave her a little bit love, but now the priority, husband is home, my priority to take care of him. And so we gotta treat the priority, God, husband, me, wife, kids, girlfriends, and then everybody else. But people in the modern society, they're like, work, number one. Nobody else. Work, money, success, number one, and then everybody else. And when we do that, everything starts to degrade. It's not the way woman is designed. That's not the way the family unit is designed. And so we need to put the priorities back in place. And most of the people, they're saying, you're talking about hierarchy. Yes, I am talking about. And all of the Western society is like, no, equality. And inequality doesn't work, because the moment a man feels like he's equal to a woman, he starts to actually go down into femininity. And that's why a man has to be at least a little bit more above a woman. Then he feels masculine. Then he feels like he's a protector. And the moment we start trusting him that he will protect and provide, he feels like God himself. And that's wonderful. Let him feel this way so he can really start providing and protecting. So that's how I do it in my family. What advice can you give for a couple that just got married and will start living together next month? Congratulations. That's wonderful. What would I give advice? My friends, as soon as the honeymoon stage is gone, just know sometimes a couple's gonna go through the stage of a breakdown where they start seeing the differences in each other. And that's why if you're going to start doing spiritual journey and following the spiritual journey, you will understand that no matter what kind of problems you're going to face, you're going to overcome them day by day, one step at a time, and not thinking about, well, my partner needs to be perfect and they shouldn't fail me, because men do make mistakes, and we as a women gotta allow them to make mistakes. By the time my husband now is doing okay in his business, wow, so many mistakes he made in business and lost money here and there and here, and I said, it's okay, honey, it's all right. It's part of the process. We gotta trust them and not say, well, I told you not to do so. No matter what kind of decision he makes, buying a house in a bad neighborhood, buying a terrible car, not getting into vacation that you wanted to, your job is to trust him. And that is my biggest advice to you. Start spiritual path. And when you trust, again, you connecting to the source, you feel whole and complete, and you're not gonna have expectations from your husband to be perfect, because he's not perfect. He's a human being, and you're gonna give him a break to make mistakes. It's part of life. That's what I would recommend. Do I believe relationship can get better after infidelity? That's a good question. 99% I believe it's impossible after infidelity. Most of the time, if a woman or a man ever cheats, that means they really betrayed their partner. They thought about it and they took initiative, they took step, they took action. That means they already betrayed. And if they won't be able to take full responsibility for the pain they caused to a partner, to a wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, or husband, they will continue doing that. Maybe 6 months later, maybe a year or 2 years later, until they really feel the pain of what they caused to a relationship. That means really, when you go to church and you say, God, please forgive me, and they're willing to do anything to clear their sins. I don't know this word in English, so please help me if you can think of it. Unless the person goes through that experience and really starts to apologizing, not to you, but to a higher power himself, to clear their sins, 99% they're gonna do this again. And so some women are they thinking, oh, my man told me, please forgive me, I promise you I will never do this again. That's not good enough. That means that most likely they're gonna do it again, because actions speak louder than words. You gotta judge man by not his talk, and that's what women, they love hearing wonderful things. But hearing is cheap. Talking is cheap. You gotta really see the action. And if a man took an action to cheat, even by going online looking at other girls, he's already telling you the message that something is wrong with you. I'm not happy. And the cheating is the symptom of the problem. That means the relationship is already haven't been working. And so you really need to see what's going on, why the person is cheating in the first place. And so I don't believe that infidelity will ever bring two people back together. And if that did happen, for example, if my husband ever cheats, I don't work right now, I make zero income, I would pack my stuff, I will leave, I will probably stay at girlfriend's place or my mother's place, and then I will figure my life out. But I'm not gonna put up with this betraying, lying kind of relationship. But most women, when they see that husband is cheating, they're like, but what can I do? I have kids, I don't have work, or I have work, and they're afraid. But that means they're not even respecting themselves and their life and their unit of marriage, and they're putting up with it, and that means this will happen again, and it will happen again. We have to respect ourselves. And so that's my advice to you. Painful, but truth. Also in a lot of Indian culture, what I like, when I lived in India, a lot of Indian men approach me and they say, could I please get to know you? I promise you, I am so in love with you, we can get married. They don't even know, but they look at women, they're willing to take immediately responsibility before they will kiss her, before they'll take her on a date, before they will have sex with her, because from the very beginning, they've been programmed and educated to be responsible for a woman. In Muslim countries, a man will treat his wife that his money is her money. But in our Western culture, everything is backwards. Again, equality and feminism is killing the family unit. My ex-boyfriend would say I was so beautiful to boost my confidence, but I found out he was lying. Sometimes both men and women lie. And we gotta just accept when people are coming into our life and we go through really painful experiences such as lying, cheating, betraying, all of it is part of our growth. When I look back into my life, when I was dating a man in my young 20s and he then cheated on me, I was so brokenhearted. But looking back now, I wouldn't start my spiritual journey if I wasn't heartbroken. And so the most painful experiences teach us such a powerful lesson and guide us in the right direction. So right now, maybe it's painful that maybe some of you going through cheating, some of you are going through a lying, either your wife or girlfriend, boyfriend or husband lying. But then 5-10 years later, you'll back and you'll say, thank you, God, for this experience. Because of this experience, I'm a better person. Now, when I pray, he still shows up into my prayer and I send him love and happiness. Because if not this boy who cheated on me, was my girlfriend, by the way, I would not come to a spiritual awakening. I would not deepen my spirituality. And so all of the experiences, my friends, no matter how painful they are, they're helping us to become a better people. And we got to look at it that way. Every time you go through a painful experience in life, Vedas are explaining, our Veda is explaining it. That means God wants you to be closer to him. Isn't that great? That means you've lost. Somewhere you lost in life, and that's how you get closer. How to stop looking at boyfriend as a loser because he is not a millionaire yet. He makes 100K but provides. You see, with this mentality, what you're saying to you, the money is more important. And I want to go over right now a very spiritual, advanced conversation with you, and I hope you guys can stay and be with it. So Ayurveda is saying that we're living in 3 different layers of life. The first, bottom layer, called ignorance. These are the people who are constantly scared, complaining about life. They're turning to alcohol, drugs, prostitution, all kinds of addiction, heavy addictions, and they're never happy. And they're dealing with a lot of depression and serious addiction problem. Second layer, Ayurveda explains, are people who are living in a state of passion. And these are people who are chasing money. They have to work hard to have millions, to buy big homes, yachts, Ferraris, big Mercedes, or whatever the material things. And therefore, these people are dealing with anxiety, panic attacks, they're dealing with chronic pains and light addictions. Maybe not such a heavy addictions like drugs or heavy alcohol drinking, but they're still overeating with sugar, food, and some alcohol, but not as heavy. And so these people are constantly, nothing is ever enough. And then there's a layer, people who live in a state of goodness. And these people who are trusting themselves with a higher power, and they're disconnecting from material goods. They want to serve others. They want to live and trusting higher power. They want to live in a state of goodness, happiness, and love, and not chasing. And only those people are truly happy in life. And that's why, my friends, to people, it doesn't make sense why I was making $1,250 an hour and now making 0 income. And I let go of a job where again I was making so much money and now not working at all and making 0 income, staying with you, my friends, absolutely for free. It's because to me, my relationship to a higher power and my family is more important. And you will be able to achieve that only through spiritual practices. And so when you're saying to me, my boyfriend is a loser because he's not making $1 million, you're living in a state of passion. He will make maybe this $1 million. But it's going to cost him health, it's going to cost you anxiety, and you're constantly going to control that. And at the end, your relationship, as soon as he's going to break his leg and he won't be able to make money, you're going to dump him and you're going to find somebody else. But also with him, as soon as you're going to age and not going to be pretty, he's going to dump you also and he's going to find somebody else. And that's how in a state of passion, people are replaceable. Because you're not making money, you're not good enough, you're a loser, you're not pretty enough, next I'll find somebody else. But in this relationship, there's no happiness. It's just people using each other for sex or money or prettiness or something else. All the people are treating each other like objects. Like, you're an object man, you're an object woman, and we're just exchanging sex, money, and it's all transitional. There's no love there. And so giving you advice is, I'm not living in the state of passion, so it will be very hard. How can you stop looking at him as a loser? Is detaching from the idea that he needs to be a millionaire, because you're in a very material state of world. You're probably surrounded by people who are into Gucci's, Louis Vuitton, Versace's, and having all of these material things, and you think that brings happiness. And that's how, by the way, most of the society is. But is it gonna bring you happiness? No. Very superficial one. You have money, you feel happy. No money, you feel terrible. And your life gonna go through ways like this. And when you reach the level where you're detaching from material world, you're not gonna go through ways anymore. You're gonna stay in a state of goodness, connecting to a higher power. Bad things happen, you're surrendering, and it shifts really fast. And you always feel fulfilled, and a real protection from life, which is not money, or boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife. You have a real protection of a higher power. But again, it's not for everybody, this teaching, but I wanted to share it anyway. Mom wants me to do university, but I don't plan on working. You're planning to go to university, but you're not planning on working. Why going for 4 years for university and then paying for a student loan and putting yourself through so much stress? Because going to school is not easy. In the United States, schools are very strict. You have to go through exams and tests. If you don't gonna use that as a career later, why would you go to university in the first place? That's what I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. I would rather for you to find out your true purpose in life and watch my video on YouTube called What's Your Purpose, to understand what is these 4 distinctions of you. Are you a teacher? Are you a businesswoman? Are you a craftsman? Or are you a warrior? To understand your true meaning. Don't go for university just for university. You gotta understand your true purpose in life. But your main purpose as a woman is to get married and have children. That's where your true happiness is. And the purpose you do on the side, like right now, once a week for an hour, I am talking to you, my friends, because my purpose is giving my knowledge and teaching you. But I'm not making money. Why do I need to make money if I have a husband? So I want you to start shifting your mindset that you don't need to work. You don't need to go for the studies. You rather get the studies about life, how to be a woman, how to be a wife, how to be a mother, how to have a happy and healthy family. That's more needed than the $60,000 that you're going to dump on the university, and then you're not going to even use it. To me, there's no logic to it. But excuse me if I am wrong about it.